Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I'm Cover. So this is Harad's Ordhum, and we have a problem. The problem is our income is too high and I can't stop the Horde Curse. The only way to stop the Horde Curse is to either dramatically lower our income or to substantially lower the amount of money we have below 200. The problem is I have thousands of ducats of debt. Now I can't pay the debt while keeping my income, my cash reserve over 200. So I'm going to do something that I basically never do. I'm going to debase the currency. Because if I debase the currency, my income falls to essentially nothing. And then I can repay a loan with the money that we get from debasing the currency. So I think what we're going to do is debase currency, wait 2 years, debase currency, wait 2 years, debase currency, wait 2 years, to keep our corruption as low as possible, and manage to pay off these loans without triggering the Horde Curse. I think that is the strat. Problem is that's yet more. I mean, how many loans do we have? We have 9 loans. It's going to take 18 years to do that, which is a fucking long time. So I think we're going to do that, and we're going to turn on our allies. Always a fun thing to do. But first, I will use my allies. So we're going to declare war on Thieving Arrow. We're going to promise these guys land, and then we're absolutely not going to give them any land. I think that is the strat. That will make them break their alliance with us, which will give a 5-year truce, but they will help us in the war. And I think I'll break my alliance with these guys now to start the cooldown towards when we can fight them. They allied this guy. No, that's a problem. That is a problem. But we would only have to fight those guys here, because you haven't got any direct access to them, do you? No, so as long as you hold this province, as long as you haven't also allied the Jad. No, you haven't, the Jadari. So we switch who we're trying to ally to the Jadari. And yeah, we're going to fight these two while also recovering from this debt before triggering the Horde Curse. That's my plan. Now, alternate approach, just face the Horde Curse. Our interest right now is only 10 ducats a month. Oh, did I already break the alliance? No. Maybe we just face the Horde Curse. How bad could it be? This is the problem with this strategy. I mean, there's many problems with it, but the problem with this strategy is it doesn't allow me to do anything for another long period, not do anything, substantial, increase our income lots. Okay, yeah, no, new plan. Forget that. We're going to face the Horde Curse. And I don't know what's going to come, but we'll see. I'm also going to fight Thieving Rock, but we won't break our alliance with these two until we've dealt with the Horde Curse. Yes, okay. That's the new strategy. One other thing. Do I keep quality ideas? I think the answer is yes. Because we are probably going to want economic ideas at some point, right? There's production efficiency, development for manufactories, goods produced. Yeah, so with economic ideas, I think it's probably a good idea. I would also like offensive ideas, but that's okay. Kill them all. Yeah, okay, so the way I'm going to face the Horde Curse is just no longer try and keep my income low and pay off our debts as they rise. That way, hopefully when the Horde Curse starts, we can take some debt if we need to help deal with it. I don't know what it does, so we'll see what it ends up costing us, but this way we get to actually make the most of the vast income that we can have access to. I'm really mad about all these Essen geezers stealing my trade, by the way, so we're going to be cracking down on that at some point soon. But yeah, okay. So, quick war with Thieving Arrow. Trying to take all of the rest of their land. Oh, there's this guy who I noticed earlier, who is a Wood Elven subject of these people who I can't see. I would like a Wood Elven subject to hold the wood for me, because I think... Yeah, uncultivated goods. I think these areas get bonuses when they're owned by Wood Elves, but... Alright, we faced the curse. We've delayed too long. Gold. Oh god. Our people are desperate, as mountains of our most precious metal fill vaults across the nation. Even the High Lord is struggling to focus on the nation over investments as more and more demand a solution. How do you begin addressing these problems? Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna fire, and it's gonna fire very soon. Which is, not good. Not good, obviously. It's a problem. It's a problem. This whole strategy to pay off the loans has, I mean, we're only like 1,000 ducats down. But look at our income. Look at all this income we were denying ourselves by screwing with our own trade. We also really need to gain control of Essence to avoid this, it screwing with our trade. We can set up some trade companies over here, I think, relatively easily if we just take a little bit of land. The foothills, plus a finally getting Marhold under our thumb, I think would work. We have met a wood elf in here, by the way, who seems to be doing well. I swear all this land used to be owned by these orcs, but the wood elves are making a bit of a comeback. They're pretty weak, though, so I'm not keen to ally them. Still improving relations with Jad. I feel like an alliance with Jad to counter Sariand would be really nice. And yeah, the command is troubling, but they do have some hefty people to get through on their way to us. Jade March, though, is living life under the mountain here with part of the crown. Where is it? There. Yeah, Jade March has the Jade Sapphire. Okay, the Jade Gem. You know what? I've just got that. That makes a lot of sense. But yes, we're winning this war. And we will very shortly be finding ourselves in another disaster. And I feel like we haven't prepared for it very well. But I'm hoping we can make it work regardless. This guy really does not want to peace out, huh? Where is your army? Where did it flee to? I thought I had it trapped in here, but... Oh, there it is. They went... What the hell did they get there? Oh, did they go through one of these weird... Is there a funky glade way somewhere here? Oh, we'll deal with them. No worries. We are being able to turn off more and more of these edicts, which is good. In fact, I think I'm not going to pay back my loans. I'm going to stop paying back loans, because this is going to fire very soon. And I think having money on hand to deal with whatever the heck it entails seems prudent. Did these guys rebel? Or did they calm down when I showed up? Oh, no, we finished converting it. Nice. Okay, so back. I'm drilling the armies just to try and be ready in case the Horde Curse involves... I don't know, I guess it could be dragons. Dragons like gold, but it feels, based on the event text so far, it feels like it's going to be more of a kind of Janissary Decadence style situation. We'll see. Once the forest is safe, we can establish a hospital in the area and use these slimes to our benefit. Hell yeah. Got a bunch of gelatinous slimes to use in this province. Cool. Alright, here we go. The Horde Curse. I've stopped drilling on these guys in case it fires rebellions. Let's take a look at this then, shall we? Oh, prospering times. And efforts of might throughout the nation. 10 discipline. That's funny. Well, I mean, I'll take the admin, I think, to provide stability that I assume I'm going to lose. And I'm going to not click this button until next month, or like in a few days, because I think, presumably when the Horde Curse fires, we're going to lose a bunch of stability. So this might be a way to get one more free stability. The Horde Cursed of Harrah's Ordelhum. Corruption and greed dominate our country. No stability loss? Or is this going to do it? I don't know. Within our holds, every bank, every business, every dwarf is plagued by this evil. Unable to perceive the world other than through money, it would seem that a vice that has hidden in plain sight within the most repressed aspects of Dwarven nature is now spreading across the country like rust through a sword. There is no question of morals, values, or charity, only riches, and everything seems acceptable to our citizens to achieve their desires, even to kill their fellows for a single coin. The Horde Curse is upon us. Okay, so to get rid of it, you have to not have a greedy king, have the modifier, corrupt government reforms, bank reforms, curtail the Horde-cursed barons, overseer reforms, and have the modifier slave, unquote, reforms. We get 8 national unrest, which is pretty bad, but not truly devastating. 75 trade efficiency, 75 tax. Both horrendous, notably not touching my production income, which is where most of our money is coming from. Okay. Yearly inflation. That's bad, but not terrible. We'll just buy it down. We've got lots of admin. Interest per annum plus 8. Oh, crap. So all those loans we had that were super cheap. Oh, no, it's only... Okay, good. The loans we got from the burgers are still low interest, but our interest payments just went up dramatically. Yeah, reduce inflation costs. Okay, up a lot. Advisor costs up a lot. Yearly corruption up 2.5. Damn. That is harsh. Minimum autonomy. Oh, that's going to really hurt us. And harsh treatment cost way up. Okay, so we have to do these reforms, and here they are. Corrupt officials. Corrupt officials use their powers to amass both power and gold. It has to stop. The nobility's large influence over our indentured masses strangle the economy, curtail their control. Curtail the horse-cursed barons, take action upon the head of the curse. Overhaul the banks, handle most of our coin. As such, hoard most of it. Tighten the chains. Chattel slavery is the cornerstone of our society. We must overcome the impossible and reform our indentured system. Or remove horde-cursed ruler. So fortunately, because we are not horde-cursed, we don't need to do this. They might not let us do so easily if we try and arrest and depose our greedy ruler. Okay, so what effects do these have? Noble decadence. If we wanted to prosper, we need to rescind the platinum liberty. Ooh, okay. That would be good, actually. The platinum liberty is does give them a lot of influence. Can I revoke it with this decision, or do I have to actually complete the missionary to revoke it? That would be bad. The horde-cursed barons, the more reform you've taken, the less this will cost us, and the higher the chance of success will be. Okay, so we have to do this, like, it seems like this ends it, maybe? But we can't do it first. Although you could just do it first and be crazy lucky, maybe. Overhaul the banks. Tighten the chains. I bet this is inflation. This is corruption. This is autonomy. Slave revolts will continue until we reach a resolution. Oh, God. Internal strife and incoherent orders weaken the ostentatious overseer's control, straining our indenturement system. We must act to quell the masses before we reach a breaking point. Which do I do first? I feel like corruption seems like quite a good one to do first, because corruption is going to make everything else harder. And I think we fought off the Obsidian Legion. We can fight off a couple of indentured slave revolts, surely. Yeah, I've thought about it, and I think we will start with corruption. And I'm hoping this costs us stability, which I can instantly get back with this. But let's find out. Crackdown on corrupt officials. At the highest of those... At the very highest of those afflicted are bureaucrats and officials of our great nation. It's clear they've used their position to skim every bit of coin they can until now. We must cleanse our government, all traces of corruption. How do we do it? Meticulous inspections, 2.5... Oh, these are probably scaled currencies, aren't they? Oh, hang on, I can go back. Ooh. So the question is, do I cheese it? Because if I send the money away on trade and then end the month, it's going to be quite a bit cheaper. But we can look at all of them and then go back, so that's good to know. So how does this go? Curb noble decadence. Our fellows adventurers and brothers in arms, the Hawkers have twisted them. Cannot be shackled. The platinum ability must be chained. So I can choose a revolt, a small revolt, or 1 stability, or 200,000, 2.5 thousand. This seems pretty easy to fix. Like, that's an easy fight. Interesting. And then this one is, the more reforms you've taken, the higher chance this passes. 22,000 gold and lose 900. Okay, this has to be cheaper based on having done other ones, I'm hoping. Civilize the brutal institution. Okay. Costs, yeah, a lot of money. Well, is this meant to cost money and stability? Like, is one of these just not going to work? Yeah, I don't know. I can't see. Yeah, I've been looking at the events, and yeah, I feel like there are differences between these, but they all seem to they seem to be quite similar. So I'm not going to worry too much about min-maxing it. I think we're just going to go with what seems most appropriate, given the events. I haven't read all of the effects, but there's a lot of events in that file, man. We got a difficult time ahead of us. So I think we will start with the corruption. Massive reforms to bring our corruption down. And then, I mean, how do we go about it? Meticulous inspections, arrest on proof, or kill on suspicion. That just sounds like it's going to make things worse. Plus it costs stability. Let's arrest on proof. And then when can I do the next one? I could go check. Maybe it'd be more fun if I didn't go check. So it's costing us money. Our corruption is going to rise anyway. Our debt is so expensive right now, and I feel like our income is a little precarious. I'm going to debase the currency, I think, to avoid going into debt. And then has our autonomy already increased everywhere? Not yet, no. Yeah, the autonomy increase, 202 is what we have right now. Oh yeah, and don't sabotage the trade. We're not gonna do that. I don't think we need the stability. I guess I'm gonna leave this up just in case we get a problem. The Great Betrayal. Even the brightest of metals can lose its luster. In the wake of the Horde Curse, our once great adventurer lords have succumbed to debauchery. Their greed blinds them to the plight of our hold, causing them to sequester themselves and their indentured masses and their turrets and fiefdoms. Stands alone in the desolate hall, a High Lord only in name without his noble retinue. They get 30 influence. Holy crap, that almost put them into disaster range. Although, I guess they can't fire a disaster at the moment, right? Because you have to not be in a current disaster. Yeah. God, that's not good. And we don't have the corrupt government reforms. Maybe it takes a certain amount of time to do it. Do we have a national modifier? Okay. Well, right now, the unrest is manageable. It's officially manageable, but that could change. That could change pretty easily. We're going to get some people on automated rebel suppression, see if we can just reduce the size of some of these revolts at least. I think I am going to spend military points on getting our legitimacy right up to 100 again, just to try and keep the unrest situation under control. And with some suppressing revolts, not looking terrible. Costs us a lot of military points to do that, but it's not looking terrible. And there's another loan. Oh, right, yeah. We lost 60 ducats. 60 ducats to autonomy, basically. I'm not sure which one increases the autonomy. And is it ticking up? It is at least ticking down, but cannot be lower than 32. And as our corruption rises, that will also make it worse and worse. Okay, well, that's going to cut our force limit, isn't it? Yeah, we're not much over the force limit, though. Minus 75 a month is not sustainable, though. We're going to have to let the corruption rise. And I think I am also going to have to, yeah, cut the size of our armies a little bit. Which is not ideal. But not the worst thing in the world. Minus 20 a month? I think we can handle minus 20. Well, we kind of need to make money, don't we? We'll need to shrink even more. We need to make money because so many of these things, these decisions cost money. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm a genius. Oh, Colonial Company goes bankrupt. That's their problem. It's fine. We'll get it back again. That's just this one here. The spoiled echelon. We tried to delay its occurrence. We can hide it no longer. As Ascanti and Canorian guests flood through Kugdir, they already see the signs of something awful. Dwarves fighting and killing one another. Decadent nobility. Disgusted and horrified, the assembly leaves us to our curse, a social pariah steeped in decadence. -1 stability. But, surprise, we kept the event. Nice. I'm very pleased with myself for that one. This event fired, and it made me think, maybe I should sell land. God, they do have 100%. Maybe I should sell land right now. The cartels will get 15 loyalty. I could do with that to make them loyal. That's not really helping me much. But yeah, let's sell land. 2,000 crowns. Right now, that would help me pay off most of my high interest loans. There we go. Okay. That's going to seriously improve our monthly. Look at that, we're in positive. That's pretty good. And we can do a festival. Do I want to do a festival right now? I'll lose the -2 national unrest. But I'll get disband active rebellions. Are we going to get any really big rebellions? It doesn't look like we're going to get any really big rebellions. Wasn't there an event spawned rebellion, though? I think there was, right? So maybe we could do a ritual. Like, there'll be a big thing, and then people will go like, no! Remember, turn from the gold and towards the gods. And we can disband the ritual. I think I'm going to hold that in reserve, in case we can do that. In case there's like a big event. I saw some events that caused rebellions, but none of them seem that big. I feel like there's got to be a big, noble, corrupt noble revolt event at some point. Yeah, and since these adjust to the estate, it locks their interest rate at 1, which is really useful. The corruption going up by 2. I wonder how long it takes to pass these reforms. We could really do with that going through right about now. We'll see. We'll see. Well, these guys are really cruising through Marblehead after we obliterated their ally. And the rest is falling to the Wood Elves. Yeah, I would like to be friends with the Wood Elves, but they're just quite weak. But I guess if they were allied to me, they wouldn't get bullied as much. So maybe that would help them develop. And I do want to bully Silent Blade. Ooh, Silent Blade has no allies right now. Okay. Okay. Orcish minority grows. More the merrier, I'm sure. Ah, it seems bad. The Ordelhume incident. The vehemence of our agents to purge corruption from the government has provoked some excesses. A simple arrest spiraled into a skirmish, then a brawl. Many deaths. Pay them 1,700 crowns or 3 stability. What would a stability cost us right now? Plus about 120% is what it would cost us. That's not too bad. I think when we can take a stab hit, I would rather take a stab hit right now. And then maybe I go up to 2. I think we can hold at 2 stability right now. The golden era is really helping, by the way. How long does that last? Another 16 years. Well, hopefully we can get this sorted in the next 16 years. Fingers crossed. Also, I've noticed that these Wood Elves have less than 100% total war score cost. So I think we're going to go and try and vassalize them at some point. Maybe not during the Horde Curse, but having a Wood Elf vassal holding the Deep Woods for us would be good. Although I don't think... Do we need the Deep Woods? Does any of our trade actually flow into the Deep Woods? I don't think it does. But yeah, having a Wood Elf vassal there seems fun. Oh, another one. After years of religious exploration, finally feel the end of their current endeavor. The expedition's leader decided to push through one more unassuming tunnel. It widened, revealing a massive tunnel. Where is this happening? Ah, yes. Here. Revealing a massive cave network with tunnels spreading in all directions at the center. An awe-inspiring sight, the entrance of a massive cave. Solemn cathedral in the berry of the earth. A sense of unease. A thick shroud of cobwebs. Testament to time's passage and nature's reclamation. A faint, acrid scent, akin to bile rising from the stomach, implied life still remained in this desolate space. Cobwebs hinted at the perils within. A gargantuan cave network. At the end of an unassuming tunnel leading in all sorts of different directions. The legendary arachnid brood mother of the serpent spine. Hell yeah. You get silk. You get silk in a couple of areas when upgraded. Become immune to the poor uniforms event. That's fun. And attrition for enemies and hostile movement speed in the area. It's not that good, but it's still useful. And yeah, eventually I do need to build the Monhold Tunnel to access through here. Did we get much out of this? A little bit of money. A little bit of money. We are at force limit, right? Yes. Although I probably send them on another expedition. Maybe not during the Horde Curse. Maybe now isn't exactly the time. Let's just take the money and the mod points for now. Okay, so corrupt officials removed. After months of investigation and repression, we have finally cleared the majority of the corrupt, horde-cursed elements in our government. Good job. We lose a whole bunch of money. And we get a decision. Laws and corruption reform. You get minus 15 corruption. And lose 150 admin power and a whole bunch more money. And you get yearly corruption minus 2.5. Okay, so this is going to just counteract some elements. National tax modifier back up. Advisor costs back down. Hell yes, I thought it was just going to be the corruption. Nice. We are getting some rebels. That's going to give us minus 15 corruption, so I'm definitely going to debase up to 14. Or maybe even once more. To give us enough money to not make this take us out any loans. Boom. Ah, and then we can go straight on to the next one. Okay. Well, Broken Chains loses you prestige and causes some peasant rebels to rise up every so often. That doesn't seem like a problem. What are the other big problematic elements here? The interest. The interest, given that we are relatively deep in debt. Although it's only 9 ducats a month, it's not horrendous. This is the one that we can't do. So maybe let's do Naval Decadence. So, curb Naval Decadence. Our fellow infantry, the High Lord, cannot be shackled. They must be chained. So do we work on... I mean, it really seems like we should definitely do this one. So let's just do that. This, I mean, I don't get it, is the thing. This seems too easy. Does your area include here, by the way? Let's add that province. Then he'll deal with them, and then he'll deal with them. That might get a little bit of ground, but that's fine. And yeah, we'll get these guys are rising up over here. We're sending this guy in to deal with it. And thieving our separatists right on top of our stack. 1,000 casualties to like 20,000. Nice. Accommodation. Cull the masses. Whoa, okay. I thought it was just 8,000. Oh, these are quite large revolts, actually, as it turns out. Alright, good to know. Good to know. I imagine this event can't fire while it's on your screen, so maybe I should leave it on the screen. We're definitely going to be extending monopolies. We're not in a position to be making enemies right now. Yeah, if we can get rid of the Platinum Liberty, that would be nice. I do like the morale of armies and stuff, but the autonomy change is pretty bad. Hopefully by getting rid of that, we get rid of like the base autonomy everywhere. But we'll find out. Ooh. From interacting with the Ascanti remnants of Dwarven and one another, we've gained the experience to look outwards and extend our purview further. West. It's time to look towards Western Canor. A whole new world. Gain stability, prestige, and legitimacy. And we discover Canor. All nations in Canor will discover us. But we already knew about Canor, didn't we? Oh no, the game crashed. That's problematic. I hope that doesn't happen again. That is my first Anbennar crash. How far back do we go? 6 whole months. Nuts. I hope we still get that stability. Okay, well, we made it through that month without crashing. We didn't get the same event again. So maybe that event bugged out because it tried to tell a country that shouldn't know about us somehow about us. I'm not sure what kind of country shouldn't know about us. So if we get... I've turned to monthly autosaves. If that event pops again and it crashes again, it's fine. I'll just edit that event to like not do anything. Or maybe I'll still give myself the stability and not give myself the contact with the outside world, because it's probably the contact with the outside world that's crashing it. But yeah, we appear to be able to continue playing. Appear. I'm pretty sure this won't work. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to do anything. But let's see. That is satisfying. Okay. This is a problem. So the inefficiency is worse than anticipated. I thought it was worse than anticipated. It was 16 rebellions before it was nothing. The few unaffected amongst our nation's overseers reporting a significant drop in the production and harvesting of goods. Further scrutiny reveals the problem. The delegation of tasks has become non-existent and only pleases the nobility's wants and desires. The High Lord must step in and correct this behavior by force if necessary. They lose 15% of the land. Do I get it all? I do. That's pretty good. And we get a lot of rebels. But we have a lot of troops, and the rebellions are not large. And they seem to have mostly fired in holds. Perfect. That means we're going to be able to put them down in short order. That's really good. I guess it heavily targeted high development provinces. You can go and deal with this one, if you would be so good. Excellent. Yeah, that's not too bad, this event. I mean, it cost us a lot of money to do it, obviously, but having these... Oh, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Oh, we have to do the other two as well. Nuts. All right, well, easy come, easy go. Let's deal with the lords and slaves. And our allies are here helping. Ah! So glad we didn't dump you earlier. And you have reached Poison Rock, so you're going to fight them. Jad, did you know about us yet? Jad still doesn't know about us. We'll keep working on that. But yeah, these Noble Rebellion seeming relatively easy to put down so far. Honestly, I mean, I really shouldn't speak too soon, but this doesn't seem that problematic so far. Like, it's costing us a fair chunk of change, but we're managing. We're managing. Oh, lords, not slaves. Empowering the new nobility was a mistake. The wealth and opulence brought forth from the adventurers made lords only fostered a sense of superiority and excessive ego. Oh, Jesus. You know what we're going to do? They're going to rise up all over the shop, and we get curb noble decadence in 30 days. We lose a bunch of money, but we saved up money. We lose a bunch of monarch points. Now, you know what we could do? Alright. We put all this work into getting the Dwarven Pantheon. Anvilkind Hearthmaiden. Anvelind Hearthmaiden. Much like justice is a strict mistress. Hey, strict mistress? Hammer time. 10 prosperity. Isn't this meant to disband? Disband active rebellions. The hammer falls, and the corrupt captain follows his fellow conspiring magistrate into the halls of the dead. It didn't do it! It didn't disband the rebellions. Aw. Maybe it got rid of... Maybe it'll happen the next daily tick? Nah, a bit optimistic, huh? Alright, we need to stop automatically suppressing rebels. I need to take... I am assuming direct control to make sure this works. I guess that happened in all of our... like, major slave depots. If you could deal with them, please. You deal with them. In fact, hurry down here, because I really don't want them to further damage that hold if we can avoid it. Yeah, there's quite a few rebellions. Quite a few rebellions. God, and there's yet another wave of this issue. Okay. Well, we have some... Yeah, we'll just have to take more debt. Okay. Deal with these overseers. Do not let them damage my holds, if possible. I could send these guys in, but it wouldn't be enough, surely. Well, maybe they would, actually. We'll give it a go. Just try and stall them, at least, to prevent the damage. Though a lot of it is... Yeah, I don't know. We have to get pretty good odds. Get them out of here. Still got quite a lot of unrest. But we're holding on. I'm not spending my mill points just in case I need it to buy legitimacy. Get them in time. Yes, nice. Now, I don't know if they'll win, but they will buy enough time for these guys to arrive, I think. If we were at war, our allies would be helping more with our rebels, which would be useful, but minus pocket is under attack. That's fine. We have people present. No, we don't, because that was you. Whoops. Okay, but there goes... Oh, no, not the last of the rebels. That one may fall. But I think this hold is already completely trashed. I haven't been upgrading... Yeah, it's ruined. I haven't been upgrading any of my holds recently just because we haven't had the money. Broken chains once again. Crap. Okay, well, we'll have the men available to deal with that soon at least. Uh-oh. Here's the event. Let's save. See if it crashes the game again. We get one stability, discover everything, pause, pan around, look. Oh, we haven't looked at stuff, by the way. Lots of... What's going on over here? Who do you belong to? You're independent, in fact? I wonder if there are... People seem to get their independence more easily in this mod, but you have your little colonial company here. Cool. Let's unpause. And is that Vern? Yeah, Vern doing pretty well. Cool. stay on pause for a moment here. Doesn't seem to have crashed. That's good. Belligerent Overseers. Enslave the treasonous slavers. Oh god. Okay, we do lose 2 stability. We revoke Platinum Liberty. And we get Noble Curb Decadence soon. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a problem. Don't get me wrong. But 15% more land for us. It's pretty good. Damn, that's a... Well, they all fired around the capital. That's kind of fun. Well, they should be... They look like they're pretty easy to deal with, in fact. And now that I understand better how the seizing land rebels work, I think I will seize land again immediately, taking away yet more of the nobles. We're back up to 40% reform growth, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so on to the next reform. Or no, we've got another event to fire. Here we go. Get 3 stability. Hell yeah. Can I do another reform first? I don't need 3 stability right now is the thing. But we'll take it. We'll take it. What happens if you click go back? I think I'm not going to do that. Remove the rot. You get overseer reforms. The trade efficiency comes back. My beautiful trade is back. Nice. Okay, so now it's got to be Baron's last, I feel like. So let's tighten the chains to stop all these slave rebellions. Civilize the brutal institution. Costs a bunch of money. We're just going to keep doing it. I know we're going more and more into debt, which is problematic, but I think we can handle it. I think we can handle it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch more loans and some more rebels here, but they're subject rebels. Not as much of a big deal. But yeah, I think I am going to seize land despite the nobility's objections. We're just used to fighting rebels at this point. I can't help myself. And they basically all fired near the capital. That is interesting. I don't know if that's hard-coded or not. But we will put them down. No problem. They didn't fire in any holds, so they don't have any decent numbers. That's pretty funny. And I should pay attention to when they finish sieging something, if they actually do take land. Maybe they only didn't take land because they were near a fort last time. I don't know. But yeah, let's reform the banks, which should give us our interest rate lowered. Holy crap. I did not realize that our debt had got that big. 10 grand paying 60 ducats of interest. That is outrageous. Outrageously expensive. And we did manage to get all of these guys. Oh, well, are we going to get him in time? I'm not sure. Come on. No, I don't think we are. Oh, very close. But they didn't steal any land off us. So I'll take it. I'll take it. And we will keep doing the Cavern Exploration Institute to keep getting our nice rulers. Our generals rather. He sucked. Never mind. Fire him. On to the next one. Ooh, okay. Fate of the masses. As the Holocaust grips our nation, extensive reforms are taken, we are left with a unique dilemma. The brutal institution of slavery is what facilitated our rise to power. Chains we have cast ironically, bounding our hold as it has our indentured masses. Slave demand change, the Holocaust presents a unique opportunity to enact it. Outright emancipation is out of the question. Allowing the indentured to pay for their freedom by establishing slave wages would quell the masses at the expense of our ostentatious overseers. Alternatively, we could remind the masses of their position under a platinum heel. Now, ostentatious overseers gives you minus 20% production efficiency, 5 absolutism, 5 loyalty, 10 influence. So it's a very bad privilege, basically. Unless is that the one that enables all of the things? Oh, holy crap, that's a lot of rebellions. You can lose a huge amount of money. This will have the following effects once implemented. Blank. All right, let me go read what those effects would be. Well, this is an insane number of rebels and a lot of stability to lose. But I'm definitely going to do it. Because it appears to give us an insanely good modifier. I could be misreading the modifier. But I don't think I am. And if I'm reading it right, this is going to be bonkers good. So let's give it a go. Break the masses. We're not going to pay a wage for indentured masses. We did not retake the spine from our ancient nemesis merely to pay them a salary. Bring it on. Bring it on. This is a lot. This is a lot of rebels. And they immediately took control of a number of them. But yeah, as long as we can keep under control. Any further south? There are. They rose up in a province we were colonizing. I did not expect them to do that. That's a problem. I'm probably going to lose that army. But yeah, I think we have the forces required to put these guys down and put them back in their chains. They have risen up fighting each other, which is fun. Big let them fight energy going on in here. It's nice. But this should be very doable. Rebels, because they don't consolidate their forces, we should be able to get them. Our noble allies are helping in the south. In the north, the fools are fighting each other while we put them down. And in the chaos, our reign is solidifying. Very nice. Managing to bring things back together. Spending any excess monarch points we have on just rolling generals. Getting some pretty good ones. I'll be firing this one once he's done clearing out these caverns, I think. Yeah, going pretty well. And sure. Always siege ability on that event. In fact, your job in this region is pretty much done. You can head back down here. Good stuff. Just a matter of some liberating. We can still take Miltech if we need it to. And it looks like we have managed to stay sufficiently scary that none of our local neighborhood AI has decided that now's the moment to jump on attacking us, which I am very grateful for, because that would have caused problems. And also, if this had fired during either of our previous turmoils, I also think it would have been way harder to deal with. So I'm glad we dealt with it now. Obviously, it would have been better if we dealt with it before any of that. Oh, spoiled echelon again. There goes my stability. I think we need at least one stability. So I am going to buy my way back up to that. But we're making progress. With significant effort and light coercion, we have cemented our place. Law and order triumph. We get one stability, and we get reign in the masses. We get slave reforms, which gives us, yeah, it really is as good as it looked. Is this till the end of the game? Maybe this is just till the end of the disaster, I guess, actually, now I think about it. But this seems really good, right? National unrest -5, stability cost modifier -50%, harsh treatment cost -50%. Okay, so it's finally time to go at these banks, huh? We can't let the banks ruin the country anymore. Reform the banking system so we can nationalize them, force them to collect the debt, or go back. Well, I really don't want to go another 6,000 ducats in debt, so we will force the banks to collect debt. And it looks like, yeah, I need to get just less cav in all my units. Can I? You can't edit these, can you? Can you delete them? 4 cav is just slightly too many. I think we want. What, do we want any cav? Maybe we should just give up on cav entirely. Put an extra cannon in there, and then maybe a couple of extra infantry. 32. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. Let's just go infantry and cannons. That works. That works. More separatists, that's okay. More conversions to be done. I'm just letting the conversions happen automatically now. It's basically religiously unified. I should probably also start integrating you, shouldn't I? Or am I ever going to take anything that decreases integration costs? Probably not, because I'm not going to have that many vassals. So let's just start on this. It's going to take a long time. But yeah, I would like to get this vassal integrated in the fullness of time. Now we don't need to worry about our income anymore. Our income's going to be so good once we get rid of the autonomy from all of this nonsense. It's going to be great. It's a cool event chain. These disasters have been brutal in some ways, but also, you know, doable. And yeah, I've been enjoying them. I think they're well made. Well, we said we weren't going to pay off the banks. The pressure we put on the banks to ensure they quickly pay their dues has been passed on to their contractors. As we could have foretold, our citizens are vastly overprotective of their gold, and now they've risen up in arms, not because they cannot pay it, because they do not want to. Pay some, and yeah, I've looked at what this does. Pay some. Yeah, I don't quite understand what the event says on this one. I will tell you, the comment on the section of code associated with deal with them by force is fuck off. How can I not click that? So that's going to cause, oh lordy, quite a few rebellions. But I think we can deal with it. I think we can deal with it. We got a lot of people around here, these parts, on autonomous suppression. Let's just flag. Make sure all of the relevant provinces are flagged. They look to be. If you could... Oh no, we need you up north. You can deal with these guys eventually. Cool. Okay. Okay. Bank's in good health. We've finally adjusted the accounts. We can now continue with our reform. So hopefully this gets rid of the inflation. It does. And the reduced inflation effect. And you lose 10 inflation straight up. Nice. It's a shame there's no way to debase currency in the way that it actually would have the effect, aka causing inflation. But that is pretty nice. 2,000 ducats lost, 150 admin power, but boom. And now it's finally time for this. Please cost less than it did. It costs a lot less than it did. Let's go. We will... do we have to do all of these, though? It's still very expensive if you have to do all of them. But with the interest rates tanking, I think the interest rates will tank, right? I'm still paying stupid interest on these, but that should drop. Please? Yes, okay. Substantially less, but yet more loans. Let's limit personal wealth. Oh, there's more of them. Launch legislation. I assume I need to do more. The more we limit, the faster we obtain results. Okay, well, hello, debt. Launch legislation. We're 10k in debt. Successful. If only we could dig faster. Oh, sorry, this is a different... this is a different thing. The outer hold. And we found the first mason. Nice. So now what do we need now? 70? Cool, we'll start developing towards that. God, we're going to be hopelessly in debt. But without the crazy interest, I think it's going to be manageable. It's a lot of debt, though. Ooh, and specialization here. I do like the army professionalism gain. The yearly professionalism gain is pretty dope. But it produces paper, which isn't the most expensive. Let's go local tax. I need the money. I need the money. I mean, look how much freaking debt we're in. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. This is fine. 20 grand. We could technically take out 3 times as much, but our interest is all the way back up to 56 again. Which is not ideal. I should perhaps have fired this advisor, but I thought, I mean, I don't know. I should flag that event as not visible, because you shouldn't need it. Oh, there goes some of my income as well. I'm selling these guys my my knowledge. Now you want my knowledge. It's spreading to you anyway. So yeah, sure, I'll take the money. It's going to get it to the Jadari faster, which I don't really like. But we'll see. We'll see. There's lots of large rivals in this mod for us at the moment anyway. I don't know if this is normal, but it really feels like the AI is a lot stronger than vanilla. But then it's been a long time since I played vanilla, so I don't know. So isn't that it? Curtailed the Horde Cursed Barons. I guess there'll be another, like, an ending event to the curtailing. And if we did it, we did literally everything. So hopefully it has to succeed. We'll find out. Oh, this is not relevant. It's difficult to part a dwarf from a coin. Some say impossible. We have, however, managed to do the impossible. Separated not only one dwarf from one coin, but many dwarfs from many coins. We get curtailed the Horde Cursed Barons, minimal autonomy, -30, which brings us back and 1 stability and prestige, which is it. Yes, no final event. We lose this modifier if you declare bankruptcy. We get 100 years of national unrest down, dev cost down, innovators gain way up, and 3 stability. Oh, baby. Now, what's the next? What's the next disaster, do you reckon? There's going to be another one. There's going to be another one. We've had 4 so far. I also just seized more land off the nobility, giving us some monthly autonomy change. So do we instantly lose the autonomy? We do. Oh, Yes. Horde Curse defeated. Obviously, I read the events, which makes it easier to defeat, but still defeated. Now. Oh, now. My dear world. My dear Canor, quake. For the dwarves are back. They have conquered the foes under the mountain. They have conquered the foes even deeper under the mountain that looked like their brothers but were their enemies. They've conquered their own burning rage and need for gold. And now, and now, the time has come to conquer you, bastards outside the mountain. Are you still the defender of the faith? You're not. Is Vern? Vern is the defender of the faith. Yeah, whatever you say, Vern. Losing a war in the New World, ass. Alright. So, oh hey, look, Marenhold has actually lost this province. Interesting. Marenhold, have you got a low enough to accept this, by the way? Ooh. It's close, but sadly no. Well, there's no reason to get with war with Marnhold then, so you have no allies. We have no claim on you, but we can get one pretty quick. And this province is obviously unacceptable. Oh, hello. You've expanded. Probably can't vassalize you anymore, huh? Yeah, that's a shame. I could shrink them and then vassalize them. They seem like they're growing fast. Maybe they would make a good ally. We don't necessarily need them in our empire because the money does flow from here to here, but I think allying them for now while we secure our holds from the our allied dwarves, but you know, we'll see if that saves them. Oh, now the problem is not solved because we are 20,000 in the hole. We could declare bankruptcy. Remind me what it does. 5 years, you get truly terrible stuff for 5 years. It's going to take us longer than all the sense of trade we downgraded. No, we can't do that. How long is it going to take us to pay this off, though? I mean, at this rate, 40 ducats a month. What's 20,000 divided by 40? Like, a lot. 41 years. So that's not completely ideal. Stability is lowering every year, so I could debase currency, but man, it's going to take a while. I guess we need to sell. Well, I don't know. We should also be able to, or maybe this, you know, this is probably copium. Maybe this hasn't recalculated since our autonomy changed. Maybe. I think it has, but yeah, it's going to take a lot to get out of this. Reign of the High Lord. We get 40 legitimacy, 30 of which changes into a random monarch power. Platinum control will be granted to the nobility. Ah, interesting. Morale of armies, all kinds of other stuff. Does it give them any 10% less influence, 10% more loyalty, and 5 extra absolutism? Hell yes. Also, I hear tell of a unique reform that you can only do if you have done this. Yeah, because we've experienced the Horde Curse, all noble loyalty up and production efficiency and national unrest. That's pretty good, though it's probably not as good as 5% goods produced, to be honest. But still, that's cool. It's very cool. Okay, well, back to the mission tree. I think is our focus. Yeah, mission tree, while also trying to pay down our many, many loans. We have 28, huh? 28. That is a lot of loans. It's a lot of loans. But we can make it work. We can make it work. We could pay it down a lot faster if I weren't paying the men, but we can't really afford to not pay the men. So I think some wars, stealing some money in wars will be a good path. A buffer must be created. Essen must be brought under control. It's stealing 16 of our ducats, which is obviously unacceptable. The Deep Woods, potentially. And our erstwhile allies, the time may have come to break ties with them. Let's let our manpower recover a bit first, but then I think we do want to break some alliances. And we can start repairing holds again, which is going to get us way more money. Yeah, it's going to take a long time to clear this debt, but it's going to be worth it. We will take the Monthly developer. Alright, the dwarves are pouring from the mountains, and they shall feel our wrath. We're attacking in here, which does put us at war with this guy, who we were thinking about allying, but there is this wood elf population here. I just really like the idea of a wood elf subject, especially if we put a huge dam here and it like kills the forest. That would be really funny. Anyway, so yeah, we are going to take some land in here, and then vassal feed them. Also, this guy finds himself at war with Grombar and Corintier, so it's a perfect moment for us to do this. Dane's Crown is coming in, who is the Defender of the Faith, and if I full call him, it'll pull in the Empire. Let's not do that. So I'm just going to smash south in here. We haven't got many claims, but that should be not a big deal. They haven't got a capital for tyrannical nobles. I thought we dealt with that. You know what? We'll turn a blind eye, because I need some noble loyalty for one of my missions. That one. Yeah. Also need to build... Oh, I have to build high-level forts here to complete this mission. I think it is worth it, though. It is worth it because there's lots of mission objectives we can get down here. But, yeah, we'll need to be a little careful on the money spending thing. We are deficit spending right now. In the north, the orcs. In the south, the elves. All bow before the ascended dwarves. You will give me this province and all your money and war reps. You will give me your last remaining province and any money you happen to have. You don't have any fragments, do you? No. We should start looking into fragments again as well. Sorry, not war reps. All your land. No diplomats, that's fine. We will in a moment. And then the north. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do in the north. Skittering in the dark. For the people of Silken Path notes on them. 8-legged monstrosities clamber up the walls. Ouch. Ooh, we have met Bloodspear. Hello, Bloodspear. You appear weak. Your independence is guaranteed by someone. Interesting. What are you? Let's have a look here. You are the Enedros. You're centaurs. Cool. We can look more into that in a bit. You know what else would make us a lot richer? If we got all our prosperity back. We have a fair amount of it now, I look, actually. That's nice. Jolly good, jolly good. In the south. Next war in the south. Could fight these guys. Would be a heck of a show strength. Fighting the Jad right now. Oh, it would be a heck of a show strength. Yeah, let's show strength against these guys. Show them the error of their ways they made, messing me about with their diplomatic indecision. Seems good. They are currently at war with the Jad. Oh, they're winning against the Jad pretty handily. I would like to side with the Jad against these Sun cultists. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, God, they're full occupied. They must have just unconditionally surrendered. That being the case, we better declare right now before they get a chance to end this war, and then all these people will be willing to join. Oh, beautiful. Do not trespass up in the halls, whoops, within the halls of the dwarves. You will come to regret it. They do have a massive discipline advantage, which hurts, but we're getting there. We're repairing our military situation. Can we stack wipe them for their impudence? We cannot, sadly. But that's the end of the war in the north. I think I will... Well, we could just wait a bit longer, actually. The fact that the Emperor came in did make it harder. They are the Emperor, aren't they? Oh, no, actually, Istralor's the Empire. Why are you so powerful? I guess they're just... Whoa, they're just doing a lot of development pushing, it looks like. I'm keen to get this guy vassalized, which is why this is the peace deal I'm after. Drive them out of the caves, plus take adjacency to Marhold. Should really be spying on Marhold. Don't really need these claims as much these days. Let's come back from there. Yeah, and we have taken this land so we can release it. Oh, what the heck? These guys formed something and then immediately released this guy as a vassal again. That's funny. I just looked down and they had all this land, but now they don't anymore. Interesting. Yeah, that's what we're going to be vassal feeding. And then we will just continue to feed our vassal various lands within this region, I think. We have declared this war against these guys. We are not able to call in our vassals, our allies rather, because they're fighting on the same side against the Jadari rather, which is interesting. Is it actually your war? No, it's your war. Okay, it's interesting though. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, we've driven them out. We could just wait a few months. I would like to get the full whack of cash and war reps off these guys, even though their star is definitely in the descent, being occupied by this guy and recently lost war against both of these lot. But yeah, we'll keep fighting just a little bit longer in order to make sure we can get as much money out of them as possible. These wars probably still won't be profitable in the end, but being able to oops, suffering attrition here for no reason. Being able to get some money out of them is of course better than none. Need to be careful advancing in here, but we will be, and that's all good. I'm just focusing on sending colonists to places which have expeditions, because expeditions is another way I hope to rebuild my wounded coffers. There we go. A couple more battle victories and rebels abound. It's going to give us that and trade power. I'd love to take trade power off them as well. I don't think we've beaten enough Dame's Crowned enough to peace out though, so we'll settle for this. Could take a bit more land, but we should probably start to be conscious about aggressive expansion. Don't want to cause too much of that. So here we are. Hello. Can I have a CB against you? No, sadly. We'll have to claim against you. That's fine though. Get all this land caught up. Oh, that's another expedition. I forgot about that. Nice. And what is this? Orc culture, Cornite religion. Well, you know, we'll fix that up. We'll fix that up. No problem. Let's have these. Yeah, one of these can hang out here, and one of them comes south, and we'll help prosecute this war. You stay there, actually. We'll siege with the other stack, and let's get our 3 siege leader in. Nice. Jolly good. So it looks like we're going to get an assembly of holds at this tier, which seems fun, having a parliament, and holds with parliament seats will get minimum local autonomy -30. But they already have a local autonomy of 0. Can you give holds outside of states? I don't think you can. So that doesn't seem very useful, but maybe I'm missing something. But yeah, disables call diet, which is fine, because we've already disabled that. And gives us a parliament mechanic, which I've modded, by the way. Here's one I made earlier. I did that last week, I think it was. But yeah, so we're going to give out seats. So parliament seats are kind of strong, right? 10% production and 10% tax, 10% manpower. I'm definitely going to give those to all our holds, I'm pretty sure. How many do we need to give out? 30? Holy crap, that's quite a few. Well, I guess we'll give them out to even the kind of holds that are currently no good. We will eventually be repairing all of these, because these, I don't know if I've actually pointed this out, all 4 of these provinces are holds, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'll give this out. Is there a shortcut key for this, by the way? Nope. Oh well. But yeah, I'll hand these all out, and then we can look at what policies we can get. Oh, I think there's one that lowers interest. Now I think about it. It'd be really good. What the heck is up with my hair? Ah, sorry, it's really hard fixing your hair looking in a camera. It's inverted. Anyway, I'll give those out, and then we'll take a look at the policies. Okay, so those are the 30 seats we've given out. It's all the holds, which is 15. All the provinces that make slaves next, because that seemed thematically appropriate. And then a couple of gems. So, yes, here are all our seats. You can start a debate. You get a choice of 10, and the window now neatly fits 10 exactly. Beautiful. Making each of these bigger so you didn't have to scroll was a real pain, so I just didn't do that. Is there? Yes, contribute to debt repayment. We get 12 national tax and 0.25 less interest. That does seem pretty good. Or what else? Colonists for 10 years is also pretty darn good. Stability we don't need. Maintenance modifier, that's pretty good. I think it has to be contribute to the government debt repayment. And then we'll see what we end up getting. I'll just give out a bunch of stuff. And this last little spend of admin points, boom, which is going to seriously reduce our interest payments. By the way, when I was calculating how long it would take, I did neglect to include that, you know, as we pay down debt, our interest payment drops, which is obviously true and good, and will help us as we go along here. But nice, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I could revoke ostentatious overseers. I think. I mean, we are. When does absolutism start? When in global 10 years after global trade, and global trade is 1600. I wonder if we have the highest trade value in the world. Ah, we don't. 82. Where's beating us? Here isn't. Somewhere over in the New World, maybe? I mean, in the East, in like what would be Asia? I don't know. It's not looking much higher than ours. Maybe it's over in Ruin. I don't know. We seem to have highest. Highest I can see. Oh, sorry, I'm being silly. There's a thing for this, isn't there? Total. King's Rock is only 50. Oh, that's what we're earning. This, I was looking at the wrong number. I was comparing the amount there to how much it was. Yeah, so we're quite a way behind on that. I don't think we're going to be able to get to that in time, but we'll try. We'll try. Anyway, so that means, yes, we do have absolutism coming in not very long. We should start reforming to get rid of a bunch of our privileges to allow us to start getting some absolutism. So things like just free enterprise is going to have to go. And aristocratic councillors, yeah, things like that. Yeah, and just general oversight. I'm just going to start reforming. I'm going to try and keep some reforms, some privileges, but we'll see how much we value absolutism, because we're not, we're not frantically coring stuff, but that might change. And I am thinking about religious ideas for the CB, basically, next. But we'll see. When do you get imperialism in Anbennar? Is that a thing? Maybe it isn't. I don't remember, because I know the tech in mayor and taxes, but I can't remember when you get it. It's about 1650-ish, isn't it? Something like that. But yeah, war in the south. Oh, hello. Didn't even notice. I'm glad I happened to check. Welcome. Oh, look at you. Cool. I thought these guys were human. Don't know why. They're harpies there. Zanite here. What's your elves? Doesn't look like an elf. Anyway, yeah, we'll take this fight. It's -2 penalty, which is pretty nasty. But they have no manpower, so we just have to win a couple of fights or even just wear them down, and we'll be in pretty good shape. This war is excuse me. This war is not exactly going flawlessly. I expected it to be easier. I didn't notice the level 4 mountain fort, so I may have to start considering peace terms. What do you want? Bunch of land. Yeah, that's obviously not happening. So hopefully we can still push through here. Oh god. I keep overdoing it on these expeditions that are just for that aren't for actual, actual expeditions, but rather for monuments. We've now unlocked the ability to upgrade this, but it really doesn't give very big a reward. I should focus on the normal expeditions. Ooh, they have retreated from this one. Are we going to be able to hold long enough to reinforce? It's going to be very close. That could turn it around. Come on, please. Oh. That was so close. And that's going to turn the war in our favor. Because they have no manpower. So every battle they lose is something that they cannot recover from. Holy crap, that was close. We are leaving ourselves a little exposed to attack from the north, but I have my allies still, so we should be okay. God, that was so close. Well, that war was an embarrassing situation. Oh god, I thought we were gonna win. That siege, that war was an embarrassing disaster. We lost massive amounts of manpower. What have we actually lost total? Yeah, over 130,000 men fruitlessly died in this war. I did manage to break up some alliance chains, which hopefully will be useful in the future, but still really not good. But we are going to be able to piece them out, having fought back and forth here quite a bit and taking some heavy casualties. I think we now will be able to spread out, get enough occupations that we can get out of here at least with something worth having. But yeah, that was a bit of an embarrassment. It was a reminder, a potent reminder. 15, no, I'll just take the legitimacy hit and then buy it straight back. Potent reminder that we, level 4 forts exist now. We haven't fought any of those yet. Flourishing court, we grow even more in opulence. Nice. We are also fighting this guy, who was sieging us up here and I didn't even notice. Continuing the theme of me being dangerously incompetent today. Let's see if we can get these two provinces sieged with the cav. Yeah, slowly paying down the debt still. Should be able to spread out nice and quick here. Just put lots of pressure on them in terms of occupied and besieged provinces. Get out of here with some war reps. Oh, they have a lot of money. We'll push to see if we can take just a little bit more cash off them. And yeah, that'll be... It's not the end of the world, but that was very foolish. I should have played that war a lot better. Meanwhile, in the north, I now have my eye on 3 vassals I'd like to make. Number 1, Count's League. Number 2, Marhold. And number 3, no longer actually existing, but Covenblad has a lot of cores in this region, which we could restore to them under our capable leadership. Okay, this will have to do. War reps, and that gives us a truce for 8 years. Boom. Bunch of money, which is nice. But yeah, a lot of wounded pride, and that was a bit of a disaster. It does ruin their alliance with this guy for quite a while. I imagine they still quite like each other. Only 10 because of refused to dishonored alliance. Okay, so I think now is the moment to turn on this guy. We're going to break our alliance. They are allied with Ketra, whoever they are. I guess they're up here. But yeah, I think now's the moment to turn on them. We could do with... No, you know what? It's not the moment to turn on them, is it? We should turn on them with religious ideas unlocked. Do these pair with religious ideas to give us much? Not really, but... Oh yeah, and I need to go deal with Ibervar, which is allied to Mortenhold, who are currently wrecking this ally, who it is time to turn on, because they're our religion, so having religious ideas won't make them any cheaper to conquer. But yeah, in the north with Mornhold, I'm hoping we can just get 100% war score on them without having to do too much fighting against Ibervar. But we'll see. Colonization efforts, meanwhile, all of these little caves that we've been neglecting off the sides, now that I don't have anywhere to push forwards, are where we are focusing our attention. So, we had the period of economic crisis. We had the period of... political turmoil. We had the period of Orcish invasion. Now is the period of our army is bad, like really bad. We might lose this fight. I don't think we will. Okay, we didn't quite. That's good. We can't quite get the stack wipe either. But that's the fact that there was any chance we lost that fight is an embarrassment. And the fact that we're having to play so conservatively around fighting all these different people is an embarrassment. We urgently need to improve the quality of our army. And that is what I'm going to do. This guy blesses us with improve the caverns of our realm. That seems very cool. I'm going to try that. I have them bottled up here in this other war. Oh, I declared this war as well. We need to win this war first so we can give all this to our vassal. I think I will let them have the hold, by the way. Because we're going to integrate them. I think Essen is an area that the dwarves need to directly control in order to just make sure the trade situation out of here is secure. Because it can go to... Or is it actually... It's just Castanoth Castanath that it can go to. Interesting. Maybe Eswick we actually allow to be independent. I think they will move their capital here, though, which means I can't seize it, even if I connect it back here, which would be a shame. Yeah, still paying down that debt, of course. We are at 14,000 left. The dog is here to make me feel better about the quality of my military. Thank you, doggy. I appreciate your good wishes. But yeah, we need to take military idea next, basically. That's what I'm saying. We need more discipline. We're fighting people with 20 discipline, 25 discipline. It's getting... it's absurd. It's absurd. We need... we could take economic ideas and get the discipline that way. That would be handy. Does economic ideas have... It does have interest reduction. That's pretty nice. It could be good. But yeah, we need more discipline, basically, is the long and the short of it. A much more professional army would also work. We should be able to... Oh, hello. They are taking the fight. I don't love your odds. Yeah, we also need this mill tech, because I've been fighting people with better tactics than me, which sucks. The Hings in the hills here. I don't hate our odds in that fight. Yeah, it seems good. And they have... oh, no, they do have manpower, sorry. Who is it that's out of manpower? Was it you? Yeah. Anbennar is now out of manpower. Will you take peace yet? No, but we're getting there. We are getting there. We did win that. Nice. Spread out and get some more sieges done. Good stuff. Maybe I take everything directly within these walls. That would be fun. Is that quite... It is the edge of the trade node. Nice. Yeah, maybe I take that bit. And then we let vassals have this southern bit. But anyway, it's going to be held by vassals in the short term anyway. Whoa! This is the first time I've ever seen this event. A Dame's Tier meteorite has landed. Hell yeah. Out here in Porgia's Valley. Those that control Dame's Tier control the world. Nice. Nice. I believe that will eventually go away, but that's pretty good. It does still have flooded province, but we're working on repairing the irrigation in this area. I don't know where, if anywhere, it shows that we're doing that. I don't know if there's a province modifier somewhere, but I assure you, we're repairing the infrastructure, which will be good. Our expedition, by the way, hopefully going to come back with much loot to repay our many debts. But yeah, should be good. Being able to get the infrastructure here, being able to get some more development here, following on down the mission tree. Also, we have unlocked the Lords of Platinum. They're a bit expensive for my blood right now, but when we keep upgrading them, it's going to be cool. Making some superhuman war suits is certainly that's certainly something to put in a mission tree. I definitely wasn't expecting it when I picked these guys. I didn't know we were going to be making, you know, power armor, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Sometimes you can't beat timing. There are 3 days left in the siege, but Ibervar is not in the war anymore. Good lord. Ibervar, you are now the nation I hate most in the world. I lost so many battles. Quality plus offensive plus innovative. Jesus. Ouch. Ouch. Ow. That really, really hurt. We lost so many men in that war, but no good damn reason. And now we're finally going to get to reap the rewards. But that was... I mean, I played very badly. I played exceedingly badly. I'm going to end the episode in just a moment. I need to go and take a walk. I need to chill out. Because we have been... I have been playing extremely badly. But there. Now, with that done, we can go here. And we can say, hey, I want, like, a lot of your land. What is the flag of you? It's the white one. Okay. I'm going to get all of this. So it was, a pretty productive set of wars. Possible coalition. We would absolutely get a coalition right now, wouldn't we? Although if we ally these guys, probably not. And we are able to ally them as soon as we're not at war. Oh, what the heck. Let's push our luck. Wars have been going our way recently, right? And there we go. With the war won, I think I'm going to call it a part there. In this episode, we very successfully, I'd say, handled the Horde crisis. But we very unsuccessfully made our re-entrance into the world. We did manage to win a war in the end in the south. And by declaring that war, I think we'll be able to get Irillium as an ally, which seems like quite a powerful alliance to have in the south. So that'll be good. I did break the alliance with this guy, by the way, so we're counting down the days before we can get some more nice dwarven land for ourselves down here. Our aggressive expansion is higher than I realized from taking these two vassals. So we could do a conservative peace deal. Or we could do something more like this. Which is, you know. But I'm going to decide about that in the next episode, because I feel like my EU4 brain is not doing very well. So I'm going to take a pause. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.